My name is ajmida. Welcome to week 1 of the 6-part training for new real estate agents. In this video, I'm going to be talking about following the right advice. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. The biggest question I want you to ask yourself right now is, who are you getting advice from? If you remember back to the first video that I shot introducing this series, I talked a little bit about my first year in real estate. And one of the biggest reasons I only sold 6 houses that first year is because I just wasn't following the right advice. Quite frankly, I was following too much different advice. You see, when you're getting started in anything, if you're mentoring under, or if you're just getting input from tons of different people and going really shallow with all that advice, you never really get anywhere with it. You see, I was watching countless YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, just consuming all the content I could get at my local office, asking the top agents at my office what I should be doing, what they're doing to be successful. And while that's good to an extent, if that's all you ever do, you're just not going to get anywhere with what you're learning. So the first thing I want you to do is just to cut out a lot of the consumption that you might be doing already. Learning without action gets you nowhere. It's a 2-part. You got to learn, you got to take action. You got to learn, you got to take action. Some people are so far on the spectrum of taking action without ever learning that they get burnt out. They end up at a place where they didn't ultimately want to end up being because they never worked on themselves. You're watching this video, so that's probably not you. If you are watching this video, you could be the type of person that's going to spend the next 2 hours on YouTube watching video after video after video and never taking action with it. So I just want to challenge you first is to take action on everything I'm going to be discussing in this 6-part series. If you do that, I promise that you're going to see extreme growth in your real estate career. I promise you that. And throughout this training, post in the comments, what would you like me to be teaching on? What do you need help with? So we talked about what you should stop doing. That's cutting out probably a lot of the content that you're already consuming. You're probably over consuming. What should you start doing? Well, you should start following the right advice. How do you start following the right advice? The first thing I want you to do is start qualifying the people you're getting advice from. Would you take advice from somebody that's overweight if you're trying to lose weight? Would you hire a personal trainer that's overweight? I sure hope not. It's the same thing in real estate. Why would you take advice from somebody at your office who isn't selling a lot of houses? Who's working every night, on weekends, barely seeing their kids? You see, you need to start to follow, you need to start to model people who are successful in the areas where you want to be successful. When I'm looking to have someone as a mentor or a coach, I look at all aspects of their life because I don't want to just make a lot of money with, sacrificing my health and relationships. So I'm going to look for a mentor that's not only both making a lot of money in what they're doing, but also how's their marriage? How are they as a parent? How are they as a friend? How are they in their fitness? How are they in their spiritual life? For me, all those things are really important. So I'm not just looking for a coach or a mentor who's successful in just one area of life. For me, that's not success. So the first thing I want you to do is qualify who you're getting advice from. And for the most part, it's not going to be the people in your office. A lot of times the biggest producers I see in real estate offices just don't have the time to mentor you. And if they do, they might be so overworked that the system that they're going to teach you isn't going to get you what you want. If what you want is ultimate lifestyle, ultimate time with your loved ones. You see, so many agents in real estate are just so burned out, so overworked that they have no idea how to get out of it. So don't be taking advice from somebody who's like that, unless that's where you want to end up. And I'm sure if you're watching this now, you definitely don't want to be working 70, 80 hours a week, nights and weekends, for the long term. You want a little bit of a lifestyle. I think the number one thing that you can do as a new real estate agent is be coachable. The question I have for you is, are you willing to invest in yourself? I always looked at coaching as collapsing time frames. I'm huge into hiring somebody who can get me the result I'm looking for faster, because in the end, the most valuable commodity is time. That's the only resource that we have that we can't get more of course, unless we're leveraging ourselves through hiring an assistant, things like that. But we just can't get our time back. We know that. However, we can spend money on a coach, get an ROI on our investment, and get a huge ROI on our time because we're collapsing the time frames of success. I would have never got to 36 houses in my second year if I didn't hire a coach. I know that for a fact. As a brand new agent, I get it. You're not making a lot of money. maybe no money, maybe you haven't even sold your first house. Maybe you're even an agent watching this and you've been in business for a while and you're selling, say, 12, 24 houses a year and you just want to get to that next level. But your expenses are high, so you don't have a lot of profits to invest, say, $1,000 a month in coaching or whatever it might be. I'm not saying you have to go out there and spend that much on coaching. However, if you want to get to that next level as fast as possible, then you're going to have to hire a coach at some capacity. I'm always in some kind of membership site. Like right now I'm in a membership site for building my YouTube channel, getting tips and advice on how to do that. That's one low-cost way to get coaching and training. Membership sites for different topics are typically going to run, say, maybe $29 a month all the way to $297 a month. You can hire a one-on-one coach. That's anywhere, typically I've seen from $500 a month to $2,000 a month. And another thing you can do is also join masterminds. I've seen masterminds anywhere from $5,000 a year all the way up to $30,000 a year. I'm always in coaching, masterminds, and some sort of ongoing membership site, we'll call it, which is really just like online courses, online training that you can consume at your own time. If you're a brand new agent, I would say just start with some type of group coaching or membership site, online training, something like that. It's going to be lower cost. Just can't be afraid of investing back in yourself. It's so important. Just to recap, the number one thing you need to do is qualify the advice that you're getting. Now that's number one. Number two is you have to be willing to invest in yourself. You just have to be willing to invest in yourself. If you have no means to do that right now, then just keep doing what you're doing, but go deeper with it. Just go deeper on a certain topic. Don't just be scanning all the topics that are out there on YouTube. Pick one. Maybe it's open houses. Maybe it's expired listings, maybe it's internet lead generation. Just pick one topic and go super, super deep on it. There's enough free information out there where you can start to get some results, so go really deep in something, but as soon as you can, invest in yourself. Number three, be willing to burn all the boats to get after it. I hope you got something out of this video. Again, in the comments, let me just see some questions you might have. I would love to answer them, and next week, I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about what type of agent do you want to be? Listing focused or buyer focused? And we're going to talk about the different pros and cons about that. And I'm also going to do a little bonus at the end of a little business planning. So if you want to make $80,000 a year, say in your first year, I'll actually break down exactly what it will take for you to do that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of the 6-part training series. And I'll be back again next Sunday. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way you won't miss it. And I'll see you next week.